What is up, Ren fam? Thank you for clicking on this video. So today we're going to talk a little bit about a subject that isn't exactly fun or exciting. If I put the title of this video as what we're talking about, no one would have clicked on it. So yes, my title is clickbait, shamelessly clickbait. A little advice if you ever make videos: never record with chapped lips. Then you'll just be licking your lips the whole time and it's really awkward. I have a specific type of person in mind that this video is kind of made for. The way I see it, there's two different kinds of Christians in the world. There's the kind of Christian who is what I would consider an all-in Christian. They're willing to completely change their life in order to follow God. They're willing to allow God to change who they are and change their actions in order to serve Him. And the other group of Christians is what we call in the church a lukewarm Christian. And that's from a verse in the Bible where God says, basically, if you're lukewarm, you're not hot, you're not cold, you're right in the middle. And essentially that just means that you're not willing to let God transform you. You might believe that He exists, but your life isn't at all transformed by His power. Now, my videos are never made to make anyone feel guilty. And I am not in any place to judge anyone, because more or less for the first 20-something years of my Christian walk, which was from when I was little, I lived as a lukewarm Christian. And I'll admit that now because I want to use it as a testimony to say that I did live that way. And in the last year or two, I've really transformed my walk with God, which has led me to making these videos. But that was just a choice that I made and a place that I came to where I was sick of living that way. And so I don't judge you if that's where you're at, because I was there once. But these videos are made to encourage you to get to a better place with God so that you can understand the amazing power that He can have in your life if you let Him transform you. So this video is really for the Christian who is either at a place where they're all in with God, or you're lukewarm right now and you're desiring to be all in with God. If you're watching this and you're not a Christian, I give you kudos for watching this and for widening your perspective about the world and about different beliefs. So I encourage you also to continue watching and see kind of what I have to say. In this video, I want to talk to you guys about discipline and self-control. Go ahead, get it out, groan. But if you're at a place where you're mature enough, you understand that in almost every area of life, discipline and self-control is needed as an adult. I think you can at least agree with me on the fact that the adults that are really bad with discipline and self-control usually aren't the most happy, satisfied people. One thing about Christianity that's both wonderful and also kind of terrible is that God has given us the ability to decide how much we pursue Him. As a Christian, you can either be at a place where you're pursuing Him with all of your heart, or you can be at a place where you're just very casually pursuing Him. And in both cases, still be a Christian and still know that you would go to heaven if you were to die. But it's the Christians who really take it to the next level and discipline themselves to consistently devote themselves to their relationship with God, who find this next level of fulfillment with Him and in their relationship with Him. At the end of the day, it's really up to you how close you want to be with God and how much you want to get out of your faith and your Christianity. I'm going to plug one of my all-time favorite books, and I highly suggest you read it. It's called The Celebration of Discipline. Sounds fun, doesn't it? When I first saw the title of this, I was like, who in their right mind would read that? But again, if you're someone who is not satisfied with where you're at in your relationship with God, this is the book you need to read. It talks about the different disciplines of a Christian, and it goes through and explains them, and it tells you how to do them, how not to do them. It gives you practical ways that you can seek God and in-depth explanations of each one. If you're desiring to go deeper with God, if you're someone right now who you either don't know how to get deeper with God or you don't quite have the motivation to, discipline and self-control are essential to getting there. We can't expect to be super connected with God and hear from Him and feel close to Him and experience His love and His grace and mercy and joy and peace if we're not willing to devote ourselves, our time, and our lives to Him. And it's only when you're able to release everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. I didn't come to the place that I'm at right now until I basically completely let go of my life. In Ephesians, it says that you have to lay aside your old self and that you have to be renewed in the spirit of your mind and put on a new self, which is in the likeness of God. It's a weird concept, but you have to basically let your old self die in order to allow God to transform your mind to become a new person. And until you're able to have discipline and self-control to do that, you won't see real breakthrough in your Christianity. Like I said, it took me nearly 27 years to get to the point where I was willing to fully let go and be transformed in my mind and let God have control of every aspect of my life. It has been a huge transformation of me letting go of my pride and letting go of fear and, all the different things that were holding me back from getting to that next level. Just like when you want to build a muscle in your body, you have to exercise it. And that's not something that happens in just a day. You can't just do 800,000 sit-ups and expect that you're gonna have abs. It takes constant, everyday, little by little commitment and self-control in order to make that muscle bigger. And so just like that, with God, we have to exercise our muscle of discipline and self-control, and it's an everyday choice. You have to choose to do it every day, and over time, as that muscle grows and strengthens, it gets much easier because it's something that you've chosen to do so many times. It just becomes a part of your life. So I'm gonna leave it at that for this video. I want to separate this into separate videos to make it a little bit more easy to watch. The next video in this series will be about one of these disciplines that is not often talked about in church. And honestly, I didn't start practicing it until probably the last few years. And I just want to share with you about why I feel like it's important and just a personal experience of how it's helped me to grow tremendously. Just why I think it's really important for Christians who are looking to take their relationship with God to the next level. So stay tuned for the next video in this series, and thank you for watching, Run Fam.